Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here, baby. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. My baby Kilimanjaro. My baby Spiral. My baby Kilimanjaro. My baby Spiral. My baby fine, you get romantic, child. You get romantic, my baby sweet, you know they stingy. I swear you know they stingy. It's from my mouth, hey, you get to me well, hey, it's a lava. I will call that Chapo. All of my friends and my family, they all want to meet you. I care about you, and I love you. You be my strength and my power. You already know. I say you're anything for your matter. My baby, oh, I'm hungry for you. I feel my instinct for you. Do anything you want me to do, yeah. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here, baby. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You want to execute it, yeah.
Good morning, everybody. How are you doing this wonderful morning? It's been on a Friday. The weekend has just kicked in, and I'm having an amazing morning this wonderful morning. Welcome to the show. This is the Pan African Bliss show, and my name is Joby. You're tuned in to the Blackout Fire Network, media of the 21st century. How are you doing this wonderful morning? Do interact with us. That is on Facebook at the Blackout Fire Network, on Instagram at the Blackout Fire Network, and of course on Twitter. Do remember to use the hashtag Black Hot Fire Network and hashtag Pan African Bliss Show, because we're all about positivity, and it's about to go down. The weekend has just kicked in, and I think the weekend do begin. Most of the times, I think for most people, weekends do begin on a Thursday, but hey, it's on a Friday where we're about to go down and have an amazing show. How are you doing this wonderful morning? It's 17 minutes past 10 here in Nairobi, and the weather is really, really chilly. It's quite cold, a little bit, just a little bit. The sun is trying to come up, but again, it's undecided. It's undecided. So how are you doing this wonderful morning? And of course, do get to interact with me. Tell me where you're listening from, where you're tuning in from, and of course, how has your week been? What have you been up to? It's May. May is still early. It's the 7th of May, and you still have some things to do. You still have some plans that you're looking forward to do, and write down those manifestations. You never know. And of course, if you also have anything to do or anything that you want to, achieve before the end of the year or before the end of this month, start right now. The time is right now. Anyway, how are you doing this wonderful morning? And of course, do remember to, interact with me. And if you've missed any of these shows, you can get hold of us. That is on www.blackhotfirenetwork.com, where you can get some amazing vibes, some amazing topics whereby, we get to interact with a lot of people, and we get to also read your comments, and you can also call us or even SMS us. That is on 0754 402-730. We can have an amazing interaction. It's on Friday, yo, and hey, I'm looking forward to an amazing weekend. I don't know about you, but do interact with me. Tell me what you're looking forward. What are your plans for the weekend? Are you planning to go out? As we know, there are COVID restrictions. There are, COVID restriction whereby people cannot go to the club. But I've seen some places whereby people are partying so hard. But here in Nairobi, we're not allowed because the curfew starts from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. And no one, Nairobi people love partying. They don't love being restricted. Like, hey, I'm going to the club, then I'm just gonna have an hour. No. They want to jump to the night, the whole night. But anyway, despite it all, we are grateful for another day. and of course getting to interact with your family. And of course, we never take your time for granted. You joining us here and getting to interact with you and having some amazing vibes and amazing jams all the way from Africa, all the continents, internationally. We get to interact with a lot of people, and of course, do to have get to have some amazing topics and amazing vibes. And that was Come Here by Josie and I do remember that yesterday, what is when we were doing the Rhythm Scoop show, we did get to discuss about Josephine, whereby she was interviewed here on the Blackout Fire Network, and of course, the interview was quite okay. And we also hope that I'll be able sooner or later, that I'll be able to also interact with her, because I love her music. I'm really vibing to her jams. I think her jams are so unique, and of course, she has that tune of Tiwa Savage. The Tiwa Savage tune. I don't know if you can feel the vibe, but I'm feeling it. Nonetheless, we're gonna take a short break, and I'm gonna play you another hit still by Josie J. So do not touch that button. This is Ikebe Super. I think she has an amazing vibe, and of course, an amazing voice. Maybe I can do a collaboration. Just saying, because I do believe I have a voice to sing despite having the voice, getting to interact with you people. But this is Ikebe Super. Do not touch that button. We're coming back because here it's all about life, love, and money, where we also get to give you a lot of things. And of course, we're gonna be checking today what has been happening throughout the week. And of course, as we look forward to the weekend, what has been happening throughout the week, that is in terms of music, entertainment, politics, everything generally, So do not touch that button. This is Ikebe Super by the one and only Josie V.
Oh no. It's just a feeling, yo. Baby, innocently, I get the chills. And I get the shots. I go cook you nice, get the sleep. With lots of sounds. I go do the dance together. Give you the time right in your back. Trust me, I will rock you body. You will love me more like that. You be like, hey, I like the shock in your body. You be like, say, baby, I like the shock in your body. Let me feel your sexy touch all over me. Give me nicely all over me. I know you ain't not all over me. Give me nicely all over me. Let me feel your sexy touch all over me. Give me nicely all over me. I know you ain't not all over me. Give me nicely all over me. I feel really nice and beautiful. I feel really nice and beautiful. My baby loves my everybody loves to give it super. Oh, you love to give it super. I said, let me dance to give it super. I said, you love me the sweeter. You tell me, say, baby, I like you more. I said, love to give it super. Inje, love me. I love the sweet and fast your love. This your love now, this your love now, tender. So cool and sweet, now on the finger. Now you're the Tracy, I like to see ya. From my land back to America. My love for you, baby, no go scatter. You know go scatter now. You know go scatter. You know go scatter now. You know go scatter. Sexy, touch all over me. Give me mercy all over me. I will do your love all over me. Give me mercy all over me. Let me feel your sexy touch all over me. Give me mercy all over me. I will do your love all over me. Give me mercy all over me. I feel really nice and beautiful. I feel really nice and beautiful. My baby loves my food. I feel really nice and beautiful. Yeah, make me dance to give it super. My baby loves to give it super. Everybody loves to give it super. Oh, yeah, loves to give it super. It's just a video.
This is Black Family.
Got that personal.
This is Black Family.
Welcome back. This is the Pan African Bliss Show, and you're tuned in to the Blackout Fire Network Media of the 21st century. My name is Joby. Thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're looking forward to some amazing program, and of course, an amazing show. You can interact with us. That is on Facebook at the Blackout Fire Network, and on Instagram at the Blackout Fire Network, and on Twitter. Do remember to use the hashtag Blackout Fire Network and hashtag Pan African Bliss Show, whereby we can get to interact a lot. And of course, give me your thoughts on whatever discussion that we're gonna be having today, because as I say, it's all about life, love, and money. Life, love, and money, where we get to discuss, things that are affecting our lives, and of course, economically, that is socially, physically, everything in general. And of course, do also get hold of us. That is, if you have missed any of these shows, any of our amazing shows, because here we're all about positivity, whereby we get to, as you listen, we want you to engage and transform. We want you to walk out of here positively, and of course, not like we want you to go away. We want you here, at the Blackout Fire Network. You can get hold of us. That is on www.blackoutfirenetwork.com, where you can just catch some amazing vibe. You can see whereby we have all the shows uploaded there. That is the Pan African Bliss Show. We also have the Kami's Diary show, and we also have the 54 correspondent show. We have the Rhythm Scoop show. We have the 254 to Jadili show. We have a lot whereby you can just catch an amazing vibe, amazing topics, and get to see what we are all about. It's on a Friday, as I say. The weekend is just kicking in. It's 26 minutes past 10 here in Nairobi. The date being the 7th of May. What are your plans for the weekend? Because personally, I've not yet made any plans. I've not, because we're not allowed to party. So if it was to say plans, I would say I'd go clubbing. But since we're not allowed to club, we're not allowed to go, you're only allowed to buy your drinks, and as you walk out, you just buy your drinks and go take your drinks at home. I don't know what about you. Are you planning to go out? Are you planning to take your baby girl or your wife out? What are your plans for the weekend? We're going to look forward to that as you interact with us. And as I said, today we're going to be having some amazing discussions, as we look forward, what has been happening throughout the week. That is in terms of entertainment, on politics, on music, and of course, a lot of things. And when we talk about entertainment, sana here in Nairobi, mostly here in Nairobi, a lot of things do happen. A lot of drama. People love drama, especially on social media here in Nairobi, Kenya. So we have a certain group that is called the Nairobi Gossip Club, that is on Instagram, whereby you can get all the motiones, all the gossip, all the spicy things, all the hidden sources of the celebrity, the hidden sources of every human, especially if you live, as a celebrity, whereby you get to portray your life on the, on the people's eyes, whereby you can just post anything. You want people to know whatever is going on in your life. Trust you me, Kenyans are the number ones who are they are the judges and the concluders. They judge you and conclude for you. So when we talk about entertainment, I don't know how many of you know of Kabiwa Jesus and Millie. These two couples have been married, I don't know for how long, but they also are YouTubers, of which I think they were competing, or rather they are competing with the Bahatis. If you've heard the Bahatis, Bahati is one of the, he was a gospel artist. So I don't know which path is really taking right now, but we still hope. He's still giving some amazing vibes, he's still giving some amazing vibes. So we hope he has not backslided. We just hope. But anyway, these two are really competing in terms of YouTube, that is content, in terms of content and everything. And there was an issue that arose that was, I think, early this year, whereby Kabiwa Jesus was reportedly to be having a baby outside of his marriage, and it happened that he had this baby way back in his college seasons, in his college, when he was still in university or college, and when the claims came out, he denied. They went ahead, did a YouTube video, together with the wife, whereby the wife was asking him, what was really happening, like why are people saying that, why are people coming in my DMs, and I'm seeing things being posted whereby, you have a kid outside here, and yet I don't know anything about it. So they denied. They really did deny. He denied. Let me not say they. He denied. And I think I'm gonna share the video. I'm gonna share the video just in a little bit, in a few, where you can see all the scandals. And of course, Kenyans are really something else. They even went ahead and got to edit some of these videos whereby they even screenshotted the picture of Kabi and the previous baby mama. That was before he got married to Millie Jesus. So recently, or maybe rather let me say yesterday, Kabi Jesus, he agreed. Apparently he came after the denials of, oh, he's not the baby. He went ahead and did a DNA test, and of course he found out that the baby was his, and he claimed that he's gonna take care of the baby and he's gonna take this responsibilities. So it's really, really shocking, because after all the claims, and the baby mama also came out and spoke that she said that they had a relationship that was early in their when they were still in university, So he denied, and now the truth is really found out. Kenyans are really blushing at him. Willie Paul being one of them. Willie Paul being one of them. And I guess this is what Willie Paul had to say. And he was mimicking Kabiwa Jesus, he was mimicking his voice, whereby this is what he spoke. I don't know if you can get to hear the voice.
Hi everyone. Hi. Jetago Kabi, aka Kabi wa Jesus. Now my lovely wife, Jetago Mili wa Jesus. Now together we are the Wa Jesus family. Wa Jesus what? Wa Jesus family. Hello everyone.
That is Willie Paul there. I wish I could share the video, but I can't really stream it all the way from Instagram to here. But yeah, Willie Paul did get to, Willie Paul is really something else. Willie Paul and Bahati, they are one thing on together. They have a lot of, when it comes to mimicking and blushing people, or maybe when it comes to roasting people, especially in Kenya, they are the number ones. Willie Paul is that kind of a person. I love his confidence. I love how confident. I think he's overconfident, even not even confident. He's so overconfident when in such a way whereby he's never scared of anything. He's gonna go ahead and face whatever. If you come at him, he's gonna come at you in a very hard way. So yeah, that was what really happened to Kabiwa Jesus. And as I said, I'm gonna have to share a video whereby whereby they got to he got to deny all these scandals. So let me just take a short break. We're gonna take a short break. Then after that, I'm gonna come back and show you the video as we look forward and we dig deeper. What has been happening in the industry, on the entertainment industry, that is on the music industry, who's gone down, who's going up, all that. We're all about spicy things here on the Pan-African Bliss Show. My name is Joby, and you're tuned in into the Blackout Fire Network, media of the 21st century. And as I said, you can interact with us on Facebook, that is at the Blackout Fire Network, on Instagram at the Blackout Fire Network, and of course on Twitter. Do remember to use the hashtag Blackout Fire Network and hashtag Pan-African Bliss Show. And you can also support our stream by downloading the app also on the Google Store. And if you've missed any of these videos, any of our amazing talks, because we're all about positivity, family. We don't want, if you wake up with a bad energy, please chase it away. Just chase it away. Do whatever you can, however you remove your anger, or however you chase away your negativity, just don't stay negative about anything. I know life can be tough sometimes, life can be hard sometimes, but let it not stop you. It's the same way like the quote I got to read you the other day, whereby it said, let your smile be the one to change the world, but do not allow, the world to change your smile. Just smile for you to change the world, but do not allow the world to change your smile. So we're gonna take a short break. I'm gonna play you a song, inaitwa Cheza Kama Wewe, Cheza Kiwewe by Zash. Hey, Zash, she's called like a friend of mine. Kidogo kidogo nifikirie ni rafiki yangu, lakini it's not a friend of mine. So I'm gonna play you Cheza Kiwewe by Zash, and we're gonna be right back as I share with you that amazing video.
This is Blackwood Fire Radio, media for the 21st century.
First things first, man, look it iko set. Machozi na matasi zote man comment. End of day, Buddha mina direst. Na kuna wase man, huku ni mapes. Ondokea.
This is Blackwood Fire Radio.
Leo man. Unakaa ukislide, unasonga na beat. Sahau your shida, wesi ndio man. Hiyo si pan. Saka control, chukua control, usimove na the mall. Usimove na the mall. First things first, man, look it iko set. Machozi na matasi zote man comment. End of day, Buddha mina direst. Na kuna wase man, huku ni mapes. Ondokea. Leo ni leo man. Unakaa ukislide, unasonga na beat. Sahau your shida, wesi ndio man. Hiyo si pan. Saka control, chukua control, usimove na the mall. Usimove na the mall. Chukua kako tu Buddha. Kwenda kivyako, zikwende kivyako. Move kama wewe, cheza kiwewe. Style yako Buddha. Kako tu, cheza kiwewe. Niko kambi tu. Mnaingia bezati imejaa. Itakuwaje ni kubanju tu. Night yomona kuna kuzuba. We go hard, mbogi inadai. Kumaora kulala hi-fi. Ogopa kiti, amka vifiti. Songa na biti, kako tu. Pole tu. Haste na mabeste. Nikupate, niko kangu tu. Chukua kako tu Buddha. Kwenda kivyako, zikwende kivyako. Move kama wewe, cheza kiwewe. Style yako Buddha. Kako tu, cheza kiwewe. Niko kangu tu. Flow imejawa seni wa sweat. Kubanjuka ngoma za kina swat. Zime nice utadhani mbogi imerogwa. Banjuka, sound imewai, bass imewai, DJ amewai, moves imewai, crowd imewai, yo, chukua
And we are back. Welcome back to the Pan-African Bliss Show. My name is Joby. You're tuned in into the Blackout Fire Network, media of the 21st century. And that was Cheza Kama Wewe. Hey, Cheza Kiwewe. It sounds like the jam of, there's this young kid who's 16 years old, whereby he hit last year. That was during last year, during the COVID-19. And he was discovered by a certain friend of mine who was his manager. And he has a jam where it goes by the, Cheza Kama Wewe. Just do you. You don't play like you. Just do you. Just do you. Wherever you are, just do you. So welcome back. Thank you for tuning in to the Blackout Fire Network, media of the 21st century, where we're all about positivity. We're here in the Pan-African Bliss Show. We talk about, our positive vibes. We engage with people. And of course, you can talk and interact with us. That is on Facebook at the Blackout Fire Network. And on Twitter, do use the hashtag Blackout Fire Network and hashtag Pan-African Bliss Show. And if you've missed any of these amazing topics, of course, you can also get to interact with me. That is, you can get hold of us, that is on www.blackoutfirenetwork.com. That was Cheza Kiwewe by Zash. As I said, I thought it was a friend of mine. But anyway, we're all about positivity here. Family, do remember, if you woke up in a bad morning, if you woke up with a bad morning, yes. with a bad morning. Just shake off the negativity and stay positive, because life is not easy, not only for you, but everyone every day gets to face challenges. But it's how you decide to, live your life. So if you decide to live your life in a with so much negativities with you, surrounding around you, the day is gonna end up in a very bad way. So keep it positive and always do remember to keep it focused. And I said it's a new month. May is still early. I don't know which affirmations you have for yourself, whatever plans that you have for yourself, but do remember to make manifestation. Andika tu kitu chini, jiambie, tell yourself, this month I want to achieve something. I may have $1, I may have $2, naweza kuwa na 100 bob, I may be having 100 bob, or maybe 200 shillings. And whereby, you want to start a small business. Maybe say it's a pudding shop. Maybe you want to sell milkshake, maybe you want to sell fruits, and you feel like you have the least amount, like it won't be enough, or maybe it won't raise enough stock. Just buy 2 oranges. Maybe if you bought it for 20 shillings, sell it at at 50 shillings. Or maybe if you bought it at $1, ensure that you make another $1 out of it, for you to double up the amount. It's all about profits, and it's all about how you also decide to keep your mind. So we were discussing about entertainment, and it's been on a Friday. I did get to ask you, what are your plans for the weekend? Unataka kwenda out? What are the plans for the weekend? Are you planning to go out to club? Because in Nairobi, Kenya, I said Kenyans do love partying a lot. That is one thing for sure. But during, currently the president, despite him removing the lockdown and the curfew whole thing, no one wants to the club and party for 1 hour or 2 hours. People want to jump to the whole night. So it's all about whereby you're just gonna take you're gonna take your drinks, a takeaway, and go take it at your home. But I don't know about you, where you're tuning in from, where you're listening to us from. Please do interact with me, and also tell me, how is your weekend coming along? How has your week also been? What are the crises that you're facing wherever that you are? Maybe we can get to help, or maybe solve one of these problems. So I did get to say I'm gonna share one of these videos whereby Kabi wa Jesus was in a scandal. That is early this year, and he got to deny the fact that he won't, he didn't. The scandal was about him having a kid outside. That was before he got married to Millie Wa Jesus. They are called the Wa Jesus family, and these two are YouTubers, whereby I say they were competing with the Bahatis, if I'm not wrong. But of course, the Bahatis are in front of them, way in front of them. So yeah, I'm gonna be sharing this video whereby Kabi Wa Jesus denied him having a baby outside, and of course the wife was so worried, whereby she got so many DMs early in the morning. That was when the scandal came out, and asking the husband, you never told me you have a baby. You never told me you had a kid. He was in denial. He was like, these are people who are looking for clout. I don't know this person. He doesn't know even the kid and everything. But apparently during this week, he went ahead and did a DNA test. I think he was really, disturbed, and he had to dig deeper about it. So he went ahead and did a DNA test, and of course it was found out that the kid was his, and he has said he's gonna take responsibilities for his. But it's still shocking that he got to deny all this. So I'm gonna share the video and see. So this is what he had to
Yesterday,
say.
on 5th of May, Kabiwa Jesus and his cousin's daughter paternity results when they came in, confirming that Kabiwa Jesus was indeed the father. So in short, Kabiwa Jesus and his cousins had a kid. Period. And I know this news did not get their fans with some.
Whoa, wait, family. I didn't know it was a cousin. Whoa, that is another news. That is another news. Well, but hey, okay, let me just find the actual video. Maybe this one is a little bit spiced up. Let me just look at, I think there's one whereby they got to spoke. He was in denial about all these scandals. And of course, when you look at the YouTube whereby people have, it was deleted. Oh my goodness. Let's just check on this. Let's see on this, because apparently the video was deleted. He was in denial. He was so in denial the kid was not his. So I think this is the actual video. Let's see what he had to say.
This picture, the lady you see on this photo is called Shiko. Shiko is my cousin. The baby that we took this photo with is called Abi. Abi is my niece. Now, this other lady is another photo that I saw.
Sorry about that. So apparently, this was the cousin. This news is really shocking. This is really shocking. This is so shocking. Hey, how do you even start? Unaanzaje? How do you even start? Go ahead and sleep with one family member of a member from your family. But let's see about
The
this.
lady you see on this photo is called Shiko. Shiko is my cousin. The baby that we took this photo with is called Abi. Abi is my niece. Now, this other lady is another photo that I saw of people saying that this is my ex. This is my other cousin, Ruth,
Wow.
who we were in town and thought, let's take a photo.
Mm-hmm.
And we posted that photo.
Excuse me, the job does not decide.
Okay, I'm gonna laugh. I'm really sorry, Kabiwa Jesus, that I just had to laugh, and it's really crazy. I mean, how do you start? How do you start all this? Like, come on, Wakenya mmekuja sana. Kenyans, you're coming too much. Apparently, I didn't know this was his cousin. I really didn't know. I just knew it was a lady because the rumors weren't clear enough. But it's really crazy, but that he got to have a baby with his cousin. This is really crazy. But apparently, nonetheless, he has claimed that he's going to take the responsibility, and of course, we're gonna be looking forward to that because we've seen people, including really Paul, mimicking him. This is the Jesus family and everything, and we hope that they got, because I believe that with the wife, this has rose so many questions, like how could you sleep with your cousin and everything, and you had a baby together. Of course, this brings even a lot of questions to the family, to their family, that is the in-laws, and of course his family too. This is really crazy, but nonetheless, we're going forward. And of course, when we look at the entertainment still, and as others have babies from outside, we see that the gengeton artist, that is Masilva, they are expecting their first baby, that is the girlfriend they're expecting their first kid, and I'd say congratulations to them. But again, it's just crazy because these kids are really young. I'm sorry to call them kids, but when you look at the Gingerton artists, they are just young kids who have, I think we finished this, the high school moments in the same year, that I think early 2017 or early 2016. Most of them did finish 2017 or 2016, the most of them that I know. And it's really crazy that they got to settle in such an early stage. I hope they're ready for the responsibility, because hey, when a baby comes to the table, the whole thing I said, I think I did discuss this on Monday. That was on Monday, whereby we were talking about parenthood and everything. And it's so crazy, but nonetheless, we hope them the best, and we hope that they get to have a good parenthood, or they get to raise their kids in a proper manner, despite all the scandals and everything that has been happening on the in the internet. And as we move on, we've also seen that the Billy Gates and his wife did get divorced. That is something that happened during this week, and we don't know what led to the divorce, but they sat down and they all wrote down on their Twitter, whereby they claim that they cannot work together anymore as couples, and they just want to move on. And also, Behan had something to say about that. He posted a picture and he said, guys, it's not my fault. Stop saying I came between them. Literally, some people are even tagging them on Nikosawa video. The song is not about them. Leave my friends alone. And of course, it's really surprising that this is BN all the way from the Sauti Soul group, that he got a chance to even meet the Billy Gates and his wife. They is so amazing. But of course, people should stop accusing him that he sang the song. They sang the song for the two couples. These two couples did sit down as mature people, and of course, they got to had an agreement whereby they went down called all of them, both on both of them on Twitter, and got to address this. After a great deal of thought and a lot of work on our relationship, we have made a decision to end our marriage. Over the last 27 years, we have raised 3 incredible children and built a foundation that works all over the world to enable people to lead healthy, productive lives. We continue to share a belief in that mission, and we'll continue our work together at the foundation. But we no longer believe we can grow together as couple in the next phase of our lives. We ask our space and privacy of our family as we begin to navigate this new life. That is by Melinda Gates and Billy Gates. And marriages do have a lot of things, and of course situationships, complicationships do happen. And by the time where these are 2 mature couples, by the 27 years is a long time. I believe their first kids should be in their his or in her 20s, most definitely. Marriages do have a lot of crises whereby it can reach a point by umeboeka na partner wako, you're no longer interested in your partner. So it just comes to a point, maybe you've achieved in business or maybe other stuffs, whereby you see like when you work in a business way, you two are can come together in such a good way. But in the relationship form, the love has already died, the affection has already died, and everything, you just have to come to an agreement in a very mature way. But anyway, that is it on the entertainment. We're gonna be checking on the on the rest, that is later, as we take a short break and come back to introduce you to our topic for today. Our topic for today, as we speak of marriage, because I said it's all about life, love, and money on the Pan-African Bliss Show. We got to talk, we got to interact with you and share with you about the the daily effects on life, that is physically, emotionally, that is economic wise, and of course whereby we need, at the end of the day, we're gonna come together as you interact with me. That is on Facebook at the Blackout Fire Network, on Instagram at the Blackout Fire Network, and on Twitter. Do remember to use the hashtag Blackout Fire Network, hashtag Pan-African Bliss Show. We have to come to a conclusion at the end of it all. But nonetheless, we're gonna take a short break. It's not the end, it's just beginning. We are getting spicy. This is She Like It by Kaka Kevo, all the way from Kenya. So we're gonna take a short break, then we're gonna be right back.
Yeah. Dollar gonna be my baby, you a freak. Darling, on get like lips, people wanna kiss. This kind city with a good chick, never fits. Show it got a nice body, let me touch that. Oh, she like it when I touch her body. Oh, she like it. Oh, she like it when I touch her body. Oh, she like it. Lips check, smile check, nothing fake. Lips check, smile check, nothing fake. I like her body, she gon' rock with me tonight. I like her body, she gon' rock with me tonight. She like it. She like it. She like it. She like it. Baby girl, look if I nice face ya. When you lost any day, wanna trace ya. Shani nice, takukemba kuna kiss ya. Takupenda utakumbuka tendezi ya. Sitaficha kwa don't wanna talk less. Kunijua, tanijua, take timeless. Kukuspoil, takuspoil, gonna good cash. Tuta have fun, let me hold that guy. Niko hold tight, let me hold you tight. Shakupenda chosi, kupini mami. Marius. I'm the girl, let me call you sweetie. You are my silk and sweet pretty love. I can't explain how you make me feel. But like I said, I love this feeling. When I'm with you, I feel complete. A star shining in my world. Call me sweetie, call me sweetie. Call me love, call me love. She like it. She like it. it. When you make me smile, I like it. When you teach me, boy, I like it. You're my only love. I never feel alone. When I'm with you, baby, love. Even though me swallowing me. Then you're all you're killing me. Shakupenda, then you're all. Give me you all, give me my heart. Shakubali, give me wako. Give me good love, give me true love. I like it, I like it, I like
Welcome back to the show. This is the Pan-African Bliss Show, and you tune in to the Black Hot Fire Network Media of the 21st century. My name is Joby, and we are looking forward to an amazing, of course, we have been having an amazing interaction. I don't know how you're doing so far. Do interact with me on Facebook, that is at the Black Hot Fire Network. On Twitter, use the hashtag Black Hot Fire Network, hashtag Pan-African Bliss Show, and of course on Instagram, you can interact with me as well. And if you have missed any of these amazing topics, any of these amazing vibes where we just have amazing music across all the continents, across all Africa, you can get hold of us. That is on www.blackoutfirenetwork.com. And you can also support our stream by downloading the app that is on the Google Play Store. And we were discussing some amazing topics that was earlier. If you have missed any of this, of course, we can maybe touch a little bit on it. We have looked on entertainment, and right about now, we are about to introduce our topic, whereby we were discussing about marriage, where we've touched on a scene whereby Billy Gates and the wife did decide to they decided to get a divorce. And of course, I said marriages do have a lot of crisis. Marriages do have a lot of things. People do go a lot of things underwater. Huko chini ya maji, yeah. People do go a lot of things whereby you see someone just walking out the door, they're smiling, but when they come back, in their houses, only they know what they're going through. And it reaches a point whereby maybe as a couple you've worked so well, and maybe you've achieved a lot of things business-wise, that is economic-wise, and you've managed to build a foundation together which no one can destroy. And maybe in terms of love, where you find that maybe the love has died already, the affections are not there anymore, the emotions and everything are no longer there anymore, and you just have to come to an agreement, like, hey baby, or maybe hey Bill, I just need to end this, or maybe Melinda, I feel like it's enough. And of course, that brings us to the topic of today. The topic of today, we're going to be discussing about the advantages and disadvantages of dowry. Advantages and disadvantages of dowry, because when we talk about marriage, it's especially in the African culture, whereby when you get married, your parents, you have to take the dude or the guy to your parents, and of course they have to come to an agreement whereby yes, you're taking our daughter away, you're taking our girl away, she's no longer ours, now she belongs to you. And of course you have to track it to kidogo, you have to remove something, and this something, it's not something little, dowry, it's a whole other thing, whereby people can decide to do rorashio. They call it rorashio, especially that is in Kikuyu, rorashio. I know it has rorashio, whereby you can do the dowry ceremony and everything, or maybe come together with the in-laws, that is because I believe it's the man, especially in most African traditionals, it's the man who removes the dowry. And of course, when the man removes the dowry, he has to involve them, whereby the in-laws have to be called, that is my people, and they have to sit down and discuss, like, we need this certain amount of money, or maybe we need this, maybe 10 cows, maybe 20 cows, or maybe chickens, or maybe goats. But I've never seen somewhere where they're demanding chickens. It's always maybe goats, or maybe bulls, or just normal cows, especially bulls. And a bull is really expensive. So we're gonna be discussing or looking at the advantages of this and disadvantages of dowry. I mean, dowry is not bad. It's not something bad. That is something most of the girls, when it happens, they feel so happy, like, hey, I'm being valued and everything. But do remember, it has some effects whereby there is violence included. there is murder, where there's disrespect, because I believe a dowry, when someone removes a dowry for you, and I don't think it's also mandatory, as much as in the Bible it's written it's mandatory. Someone can do just something little, maybe to just make your parents, feel like they're appreciated. Thank you for giving me your daughter, thank you for raising your daughter in such a good, mannerful way, and of course, allowing me to have her in my life. That it doesn't have to be something huge. But here in Africa, most African cultures, especially, I think of Kambas, Luos, Luyas. Hey. When I speak of Luyas, this is something I've seen myself. I can talk of Kambas because when I talk of Kambas, I've seen in the likes of where I saw my aunt, whereby she was married for about, I think, about over 20 years. And of course, a dowry is not something that you can remove immediately. It's just like a debt. Yes, you're taking a daughter, but you owe us. Just know that you owe us. You have to remove something. No matter how long you take, you'll have to come back here and pay back, pay us back, just to show us, it's like a modern way of showing respect to the in-laws, or to the daughter's parents. And as I was saying, I don't think it's something that is mandatory, but women in Africa do get to celebrate, or get to be appreciated, even, or maybe, they are seen as superiors, like, hey, you are married to a rich person, whereby when you get, your dowry given to your parents, or maybe when you do a ceremony, because these are traditional ceremonies. They're never done here in Nairobi, in the cities. They're done in the rural areas, where you're coming from, where you're born, or maybe where your parents, come from. And it's when the ceremonies get to happen, you see people coming along, neighbors coming to sing. It's a huge thing, and women do get to appreciate all this. But what are the effects? As much as we are happy about it, as much as, you feel like you are appreciated, as much as, a lot of things are done. And of course, the interaction between the in-laws, it brings a good interaction, I think, between the in-laws, especially to the daughters, or to the girl's family. And there are some side effects of it, and we're gonna be looking forward to that. Please do interact with me. Tell me, have you heard of any African cultures, or maybe where you come from? Is it mandatory for you to remove dowry? And if it really is, do you think, of course, because in some cultures they are mandatory, in some cultures, not all of them, because you can get some amazing in-laws. Trust me, there's some people who are so wonderful. Yes, you've taken our daughters, but you don't have to do something so big, because this is just like you're buying someone. It's like you're buying someone, because it's nothing. It's never anything less than, if I can check in the likes of my aunties, it's nothing less than 100, or maybe even 200,000 Kenyan shillings. That is 200. That is $2. That is $200, I guess. Here in the US, that is the US currency, and it's really, really, really crazy. It's really, 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 really crazy that whereby I came to learn as I grew up. I don't know who taught me that, but there's somewhere where I learned, whereby when someone gets to remove a dowry for you, it's like they're buying you. It's like you're being bought. You're an object now. Like, it's like you're my property. Yes, I am your property, but there's some side effects of it. And of course, we're gonna take a short break, and we're gonna be coming back. This is Hell by Lexi Wolf. Do not touch that button. Keep it the Blackout Fire Network, media of the 21st century. And do get to interact with us. That is on Facebook, on Twitter, using the hashtag Blackout Fire Network. We are coming back.
This is Blackout Fire Radio Media. This is Blackout Fire Radio and deeper than the deep blue sea, to infinity and beyond. In that trying to get my beyond, count my blessings and move on beyond. Get that life to move out, yeah. To infinity and beyond. In that trying to get on you. I wanna roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the bad. I wanna roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the bad. I wanna roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the bad. I wanna roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the bad. Na na na. Man over man, you can be anything you dream. As long as you live calm, all you think I'm gonna learn. And you can fly high and land up over stars. I remember life asked me, you want to be a star? You think you got all you got to go far? Many men they come, and many men they fall. So what you got that's different? Who do you think you are? I told him I'm a star. I told him I was blessed. I told him that don't man, I'm born already star. I told him every test. I told him it was sex. I told him we got all we need to go far. The pain on our chest, I feel like heavy stress. But maybe that's the push we need to go far. It's a marathon, not the race that we are racing. We got all we need to win, now we relating. Let our roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the bad. I wanna roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the bad. I wanna roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the bad. I wanna roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the bad. Na na na. We don't like that, we don't like that. 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 The love you give, because the love you
This is Black Hot Family.
Welcome back to the Pan-African Bliss Show. My name is Joby, and you're tuned in into the Black Hot Fire Network media of the 21st century. Remember, here we're all about positivity. We don't want any negative energy around. And of course, you can interact with us. That is on Facebook at the Black Hot Fire Network, and on Twitter you can use the hashtag Black Hot Fire Network, hashtag Pan African Bliss Show. And of course, we're looking forward. We've been looking forward to an amazing topic, amazing vibes. And also do get to interact with me as you tell me how's your week been. It's the weekend. The weekend is just kicking in. What are your plans for the weekend? Are you having any plans? Are you going out to club? Are you, what are your plans? What are the plans that you have for yourself? And of course, you can also get to watch an amazing videos, the amazing programs that we've had, that is at the www.blackhotfirenetwork.com. You can catch some amazing vibes there because we have amazing things. Here it's all about listening, engaging, and transforming. At the end of the day, we want you to transform. And thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for keeping it the Black Hot Fire Network. It's 6 minutes past 11 here in Nairobi, and the sun is already out. People are about to remove their jackets. And personally, I never even came with a jacket. I'm just here. So I was hoping, and I'm still hoping it doesn't rain. And I'm so grateful. For you family being here, and of course for you streaming. Do interact with me. Tell me where you're listening from. And of course, you can also tell me about the amazing topic that get to discuss with me or interact with me as we discuss the topic of today. And as before we took that short break, and that was amazing jam, which is called it's called what? It's called Inhale by Lexi Wolf. Sorry about that. It's called Inhale by Lexi Wolf. And I got to introduce the topic, and whereby today we are talking about effects of dowry, advantages and disadvantages of dowry. And of course, I've said most in African cultures, whereby some families have made it mandatory for you to remove. When you take our daughter away, when you decide you wanna marry my daughter, then you have to bring 20 cows, you have to bring 30 goats, you have to bring a whole lorry of goats, or maybe you have to give me maybe $1 million. Others even ask a lot of money in terms of money when it comes to money. So we're going to be discussing about that. And of course, apart, because I say that most women do get happy, and of course they are overexcited when they see, their partners get to do this, but they don't know the side effects of it. Yes, I'm happy. My husband is removing some dowry for me and everything. Yes, I'm happy that I get to, the community is gonna see how wealthy, or maybe I'm married to a wealthy family. And you don't know the person, you don't know what the struggles that your husband has gone through to get that money, or maybe to get those goods. And that's when you get to see, when you get married, or maybe when the dowry is removed, it's like you're being bought. It's like you're my property. I owe you. I own you now. You can't go anywhere. It's like you're my slave. And we're gonna be checking about the disadvantages and advantages. Please do interact with me. Tell me, have you heard of some cultures whereby or maybe have you interacted with a friend whereby they got to the husband did get to remove the dowry, and of course, what are the effects? All are some of the effects that you have seen. Because I believe personally, of course, or maybe I can say, if I get a spouse whereby he wants to remove the dowry, I wouldn't want the biggest things, because later on I wouldn't want to face the consequences. Or maybe I'll even say it's not a must. It depends, because being honest, women do not get to make the decisions in Africa. It's the men that do get to make the decisions. And when I get to take my spouse, or maybe my fiance, or maybe my boyfriend, to my parents, they're gonna have to discuss with the other in-laws of mine, or maybe their in-law, maybe my in-laws, or maybe the family, some of my family members, whereby they get to discuss, Joby is getting married, and we need this, we need to organize, how our dowry is gonna get paid. The husband has to remove, a whole lorry of goats, a whole lorry of cows, or maybe we need 10 bulls, or maybe a lot of just some things that are required. And I don't know, I wouldn't want a big large amount of money being removed, on my side, because it will really be crazy. So we're gonna check out the effects, whereby when you talk about the disadvantages, let's not talk about even the advantages. Let's just start with the disadvantages, because I wouldn't want to feel like I'm a property, like I'm a slave of someone. Whereby when you get when a person gets to remove a dowry for you, though not all people are the same, people are different, but you can get a violent and abusive husband. That is one of the things. When the dowry is removed from you, because this person thinks like he owns you, like you're mine. There's no way you can go back to your family now and you start claiming issues. You're now mine. If you have any issue, just say it to me. Or maybe you can go to any member of my family and say it to them, because it's like you're theirs. You're their slave now. And it's really, really crazy. So you can get a violent and an abusive person, or whereby murder is also committed. Because let's say if you're married and you're not obeying the commands of this person, and maybe he has anger issue, it ends up to murder. It's like these cases whereby you find maybe let me just look at the likes of whereby maybe a university student, maybe you're dating a student, a university student, whereby you get to spend on them, you're using money on them. And we've had such cases. That was, I think, a month ago. That was during the April. There are cases which are arising very, very, very much, whereby students are being killed by their spouses, because you find that this person has been spending money on you. He has done a lot for you. He has maybe helped your family in a certain or sort of way, and he finds out that you're cheating. They're gonna kill you. They're gonna kill you. So murder is one of the cases. Violence, abuse and violence, that is also one of the things. And of course, we've also seen female infanticide. Hey, this is a hard one. Female infanticide. I don't know what that really means, but these are some of the effects of dowry removal, when someone or a partner gets to remove dowry for you. And of course, we also have other effects, whereby dowry causes economic burdens in families. I believe that is true, because if I happen to get a spouse whereby their family is not stable enough, and I get to introduce him to my family, and they get to ask for a large amount of money, or maybe some things that will cost me, or maybe cost my partner a lot of money. There's going to they're gonna end up in a bankrupt, because it's why you find partners, or maybe friends, or maybe couples, or maybe maybe my partner asking for loans, anaenda akikopa huku na huku. He goes loaning here, from here, and here, and here, and here. And at the end of the day, you're gonna find that you have like maybe $1 million debts. And by the time you're marrying this person, then you go broke again. Then they divorce you. and you remember what the kind of amount that you spent to remove the dowry, that's where murder enters. So we also, that is one of the causes. Dowry can cause great economic burdens, that is on the bride's family, I think that is on the groom's family, I always say on the bride's family. It can also increase corruption attitude of parents. That is true when you check on the matters of in-laws, because you'll find whereby maybe my spouse's family, they'll disagree with the certain amount, or maybe the ghost, or maybe the cows that are being asked to pay, and it's going to bring a lot of corruption. It's going to bring maybe hatred. Me as the bride, I'm gonna end up being hated, trust you me, because we've seen cases, especially in Africa. I don't know if it happens anywhere else, but I've seen mostly in Africa, whereby when you get married to a certain family, you're gonna either end up being loved or hated. And trust me, you don't want to cross a person, or maybe a mother-in-law who hates you. Whoa, hey, it's crazy. It's really, really, really crazy. So yeah, that's that's also one of the effects, whereby it causes corruptions, or maybe attitude of parents. That's even, maybe it can come from attitude. Maybe if they don't meet the goal that they need, my parents, or maybe my family needs, my family is gonna end up hating my spouse's family. And maybe this is the man I've chosen, the man I want to spend my life with. So there's no way I can back out from that. It's, their decision against mine. It also lowers the standard of living. As I said, when economic is involved, when economic is involved, whereby it's gonna cause economic burden. That is, especially if I check on the groom's side. I'm gonna speak on the groom's side. I'm here all about men. Men, I'm talking about you. I'm protecting you. I'm protecting you. So yeah, I think it lowers the standard of living, because if I get to pay a dowry of 1 million to my bride's family, or maybe to my bride, at the end of the day, when I come to settle with her, or when I start life with her, and things start getting tougher on my side, she might not understand, because hey, you were able to remove a dowry worth maybe 500,000, or maybe 200,000, 200,000 Kenyan shillings, and by the time I'm getting broke, or maybe my standards of living are going down, I can't afford this, I can't afford what you want. Again, hatred comes along, and those are some of the disadvantages. We have also seen dowry leads to immoral practices. That is true. A partner might even end up cheating on you, because hey, nilikutolea hii pesa, nini utaniambia? What will you tell me? I've removed this certain amount of things from you, from your family. I've helped your family to build maybe a house. I've helped your family maybe to do something. They take advantage of this. Men sometimes do take advantage of this. So it causes moral practices. We've seen whereby dowry practices, it lowers the status of women. It lowers the status of women, trust you me, because this person it's like, now you're a slave. I've bought you. It's like me going to the supermarket, buying a television. It's now mine. So there's anyone can come and take it away from me. I've spent money on it. I've spent dollars on it. So by the time this woman even can stand up and just, start to raise her standards, hey, dada. And then maybe you are a housewife. You'll know you don't know. But nonetheless, we're gonna take a short break, then we're gonna come and wind up, as we look at the advantages. So you women, young women, be careful out there. If you're a young woman and you're listening into the, you're tuned in into the Blackout Fire Network, please do be careful. Do be careful. Do not get married and you go tell your family, this man has money, or maybe you allow your family, to make a large amount of bills, on your husband. Yes, dowry are given out, especially in the African culture. That is a must. That is something that is made as mandatory. But in some families, it's not mandatory. But most of the families, especially when you look at the likes of Kambas, Kikuyus, when you look at the Luos and Luyas, especially the Luos and Luyas, whoa, it's crisis. So you young ladies, be careful out there. You better be careful. You better be careful, know the kind of partner that you're getting married to. And because when you get married and you put a dowry, you get a dowry of 1 million, I'm a half a million, then you go bring up ukichwa ngumu, you go be a tough-headed type of woman, murder is gonna fall on you, or maybe violence, or maybe abuse, and even disrespect and loyalty too. So we're gonna take a short break. This Lagos by city reading by by Lagos, all the way from Nigeria.
Cause we jungle at a my place, man. Step into my city, he's an Irishman. But the rising man, I'm a rising man. Step out of the there before you late, too late. Cause we jungle at a my place, man. Step into my city, he's an Irishman. But the rising man, I'm a rising man. Step out of the there before you late, too late. Every day I live for Lagos, Lagos. Wake up in the morning, bring my focus. Hustling my niggas in the records. You run off the line. I give up the show. I'm on the first to read the people. Every day I also for the paper. Every day you be like Ray Rumble. The rumble, the hustle, the rumble. No look good, check it. When I jump up, I open the door. I'm on the first to read the people. When I get up the show, no brother, cause we jungle at my place, man. Step into my city, he's an Irishman. At the rising man, I'm a rising man. Step out of the there before you late, you late. Cause we jungle at my place, man. Step into my city, he's an Irishman. At the rising man, I'm a rising man. Step out of the there before you late, you late.
Welcome back to the Pan African Bliss Show. My name is Joby. You're tuned in into the Black Hot Fire Network media of the 21st century. How is the weekend kicking along? How is your weekend kicking along? You have been tuned in into the Black Hot Fire Network. And of course, we've been having an amazing interaction that is since the beginning of the show. It's 21 minutes past 11. And of course, we are almost coming to an end of our amazing topic today and our amazing show today. Remember, we talk about life, love, and money, issues that are affecting us on a daily basis. Because not everyone is going, through a soft time. Everyone do gets to have those difficulties on a daily basis. People do get to have effects that are facing us on a daily basis, but at the end of the day, you have to shake off the negativity and be positive. Tell yourself that I can do it. Do not let anyone tell you can't do it. You can do it. But nonetheless, we were talking about advantages and disadvantages of dowry, and of course we've seen the disadvantages of dowry. But now we have to come to a conclusion. What are the advantages, and what can we do to improve these thoughts, whereby when men get to remove dowries, where they think like they owe you, they think like you're their property, you're the slave, because you can't do anything about it. The moment that you are enslaved to someone, especially if you are a housewife, whereby you're gonna maybe end up being abused, violence is gonna occur, there's cheating, there's disrespect, because if it comes to a point whereby maybe my family has not, or maybe my spouse's family has not met the needs required. Let's say maybe a lorry of goats, or maybe a lorry of bulls, or maybe a lorry of cows, or maybe a lorry of a lot of things, because you never know what these parents require. They can maybe even make you travel the world looking for these things, and if you don't meet the needs that they are required for you to take away their daughter, it's gonna create enmity that is amongst your family and your spouse's family. But we're gonna be checking, we don't want to look at the negativities so much. We want to look at the advantages. What are the advantages of removing dowry, of dowry? here in Africa, and of course in other families, whereby in some communities, as I said, in some communities it is mandatory, in some communities it is not. But the communities that I know, it is mandatory. When you marry a woman from a certain another culture, or maybe let's say you're married a Luya wife, or maybe you are a Luya, trust me, hapo dowry lazima ikue. There dowry is definitely involved, because these people do love when they conduct ceremonies, big, not even less ceremonies that can even run for maybe 2-3 days, because they want to celebrate that their daughter is starting a new life, and she has gotten a husband who can take care of her, because they believe also, if you in a certain state, whereby when a spouse of yours gets to remove a dowry for you, you are married to a rich clan, or maybe a rich family. But anyway, we're gonna take a look at the advantages, and some of the advantages. Some of the advantages of dowry making in marriages. We are seeing the it makes marriage to it makes a marriage of ugly looking the girl easy. What is that? But I can say, personally, I think it makes marriage a little bit easy, whereby instead of making a wedding, or doing a wedding ceremony in a church, or maybe inviting 100,000 people, I think it makes the marriage process a little bit easy, because this is just a state where you can just sit with the members of the family and get to agree, like, I'm going to remove this certain amount of money, or maybe you can get to bring this certain amount of cows, or maybe one lorry, or maybe a pickup of goats, and we get to you get to go with our daughter. So I think it makes the marriage a little bit easy, and it also raises this, it supports the higher education of poor boys. How? I don't think about that. I don't see about that. But I think, now, all in all, in this state of dowry, it just makes the marriage easy. It makes the marriage easy. It also improves, apart from whereby families can get bored with each other, or maybe come to a disagreement. There are families, when you meet their needs, or maybe if you meet the good in-laws, or maybe my spouses have a good, they are, the family is of good heart, and maybe my family is of the good heart. When they come to a turn, when they come to an agreement, it brings up the relationship more closer and closer and closer, like where they get to interact, because the moment umetoa mahari, when you remove the dowry, you're free to go to the girl's family anytime. But if you've not done that, trust me, in the African culture, you're not supposed to be seen in that door. You're not supposed to be seen in that door, because you've not done anything important. But anyway, that was it, family. Of course, we're gonna discuss more about this. That is on our next shows. I hope that we're gonna continue in with all this, because time is not on our side. It's 26 minutes past 11 in Nairobi, and of course the sun is really outside. It's really, 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 really hot. And thank you so much for tuning in into the Blackout Fire Network, media of the 21st century. This is the Pan-African Bliss Show. My name is Joby. I thank you so much for everyone who has interacted. Thank you so much for those who have been streaming since the beginning of the show. I hope that you have learned something positive out of all this, because here it's all about listening, engaging, and transforming. At the end of the day, we want you to learn something, about the African cultures and everything that revolves around, around us as Africans. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Joby, and I hope you're looking forward to an amazing weekend, because personally, my weekend is about to begin. The moment I walk out of here, the weekend is about to begin. But we're looking forward also to amazing shows, because we have the Kami Diary show, which is coming up next. Please do stay tuned and keep it the Blackout Fire Network, media of the 21st century, and do have an amazing afternoon. Rather than nonetheless, I want to say kwaherini na mshinde vyema. Have an amazing, amazing, amazing day. So I'm out.
You be my fire, you be my light zone. You be the star up in the sky with the shine in my back. I love you forever. I know go deny you. Come with my friends and my family, I can't do without you. My baby, oh, you be my strength and my power. You already know, I say do anything for your matter, yeah. My baby,